And The Rise of Ultraman issue number 2 from Marvel Comics. So this is actually going to be a phone review just because my time is kind of limited and phone reviews allow me to record and upload a lot quickly and less editing on my part. Sorry if you guys hear any background noise, especially like chickens and stuff like that. There's like nothing I can do about that. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So I reviewed the first one when it came out and I would say that I was disappointed with it. I felt it was kind of lacking. I would give it like maybe like a C- grade. Thankfully, I stuck with this series just because I'm a huge fan of the Ultraman franchise, and this series is a lot better. I mean, this issue is a lot better than the first one. I kind of wish that they had incorporated a lot of issue 2 into issue 1. I think issue 1 and issue 2 can be combined, chop off, trim out some of the fat, and that would make a better solid issue. I feel like the first one it dragged out too much, and issue number 2 could have been told a lot quicker if it was combined with the first one, is what I'm trying to say. So let's just get right into it. So we start with a flashback of Shin and Kiki when they were kids, and they're being attacked by a kaiju. And I believe this kaiju is the Ouroboros. It has been forever since I've seen anything Ultraman. It's been like maybe like a decade. And I will say that my knowledge of Ultraman isn't the greatest. I haven't seen every single series. In fact, I've only seen the original Ultraman. I've seen Ultraman Towards the Future. I've seen bits of Ultraman 7. And I've read a little bit of the Ultraman Prime manga. I think that's what they call it, right? It's just called Ultraman, but some people refer to it as Ultraman Prime. And it's the manga series that later got adapted into a Netflix series, which I haven't gotten a chance to see the Netflix series yet. So basically what I'm trying to say is my knowledge of Ultraman isn't the greatest, probably to like some other people out there, but I believe this is the Ouroboros, if I'm remembering this correctly. So they get attacked by an Ouroboros, and they end up getting saved by a Captain Toda, who I am not sure is actually in the series. He might be just a comic book created character. I don't recall any Captain Todas. But meanwhile, we flash back to the future, where not the future, but the present, where Kiki and Muramatsu are trying to figure out what happened to Shin. And I will say that Muramatsu is a lot better in this series. I mean, this issue. In the first issue, he kind of came across as an asshole, but not the like by the law, asshole. Like he kind of, I don't even want to say he comes across like that in the series, because in the TV series, he's not really an asshole. He's just really by the books and serious, but he treats his team with respect, and he like does whatever he can to help him out and stuff. But in the first issue, he just kind of came across like a bully. Thankfully, he's a lot better in here, and he actually has a self-sacrifice role later on, which I will get into. But meanwhile, we just kind of have like a flashback of Shin's life and how the attack on him as a kid made him really want to figure out who the USP is and who the kaijus are, and basically just kind of led him down a rabbit hole to where he is now. And I thought that was kind of cool. We get, if you go focus, we get some cameos from some of the other Ultraman. So yeah, the Kiki and Muramatsu get led basically to like this abandoned farm, and this part right here kind of confused me for a moment. So okay, the dude shows up, he has brown hair, and Muramatsu has brown with the white streak, and then all of a sudden we see a headbutt done by a dude with black hair against a dude with brown hair. And I was like, wait, did the guard just attack Muramatsu for no reason? No, Muramatsu, you can see by the sling, is the one doing the attack. I would have drawn this differently. I mean, I'm not an artist myself, I'm more of a writer, but I would probably give this guy a different hairstyle, one that's not similar to Muramatsu, a different hair color, one not similar to Muramatsu. That way this panel is a lot easier to decipher if we'll focus. Because yeah, like brown hair, same style, and then all of a sudden you have a dude with black hair hitting a dude with brown hair. I was just kind of like, what? What just happened? Oh, wait, that's Captain Muramatsu hitting the guard and knocking him out so they can get inside. Okay. It took me a while though. And by a while, I mean like a couple seconds, but still, what I'm trying to say is it took me out of the flow of the story. So it is a nitpick, and I mean, it's just one panel, and you might be like, Pyro, why are you talking so much about one little nitpick in the panel? It would disrupt the flow of the story for a few seconds, and whenever you can not interrupt the story of the story flow, that that's what you want to do. Like don't keep the story flowing. I'm really rambling right here and struggling to describe what I'm trying to describe. Basically, keep the story flowing. Don't have it pause when you don't need to. So this right here, I would have changed this up. But yeah. So we'll go back to Shin, and Ultraman basically is telling Shin the story of the Ultraman, about how there's a bunch of universes and a bunch of planets, and sometimes there'll be a Kaiju event, or a Kaiju crisis. And the Kaiju crisis is that Kaijus feed off fear, so they cause fear so that more fear arrives, so that they can feed off more. So there are some planets that haven't evolved enough to be able to handle the Kaiju problems, and those cultures and civilizations basically end up getting overrun by Kaiju. And that's when the Ultraman step up and stop the crisis from happening. So they get involved when a planet can't take care of itself. And he kind of informs Shin that that's kind of what the Earth is. And of course, Shin kind of argues back, like, no, we can take care of Kaijus like we've done it before and stuff like that. And I'm going to skip some pages. We basically get told the story that Dan Moriboshi, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, was killed by the Ultraman in 1966. So in the first issue, when I was wondering who the first Ultraman was, because it should have been Shin, because in the TV series, Shin is the first Ultraman. Turns out that was Dan Moriboshi from Ultraman 7. So in this universe, Ultraman 7 is actually the first Ultraman to come to Earth, not Ultraman under Shin. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with this. They say here that Dan was killed by Ultra 7. Ultraman says that that's not what happened, because Ultraman will never kill humans. Like, they don't kill other sentient beings. Their whole job is to protect sentient beings, so there's no way he would have done that. So then we're kind of left up like, well, what happened to Moriboshi? Is he actually still dead? Is he in hiding? Like, what's going on? Where is Ultraman 7? Is Ultra 7 still around somewhere? Or Ultraman seems to be under the impression that the humans killed Ultra 7. So we get this little question that doesn't get answered in this issue, which is good, because then, it leaves me intrigued to see, okay, where's that plot point going? I'm hoping it gets answered in the next couple of issues, since there's only 2 more left. And I'm sure it will, but I thought that was a good, interesting setup to leave me hooked to see where it's going. And I'm just going to go back a little bit. I'm not going to spoil the ending for this, but meanwhile, with Kiki and Muramatsu inside the abandoned farm, they see this giant weapon, and they realize that the USP is doing some shady things that it's kind of kept under wraps, that other members of the USP aren't aware of. I'm not going to go any further into that. You guys have to read the issue yourselves if you want to figure that out. But it's pretty interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the USP being possibly evil, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe it's not the USP. Maybe it's it started off as USP, and then it branched off into like a splinter cell that is evil. I don't know, but questions have been asked, and I'm interested to see how they get answered. I will say again, this issue is a lot better than the first one. So if the first one kind of turned you off, but you're still kind of interested, I would say continue, because the second issue does a lot better job. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do kind of wish that the basic plot and the basic essence of issue 2 should have been combined with issue 1. I think issue 1 had a lot of it started off really, really slow and had a lot of unnecessary parts into it. I felt he could have trimmed a lot of that out, and I felt even this can be condensed a little bit more, and you could have combined those into one really great issue rather than having a weak first issue and then a better second issue. I think you could have had a great single issue by combining those 2 stories together. Anyways, there's not really much else I can talk about. The arts, let me just find a page that I've already shown before, just for copyright reasons. The art's not that bad. I mean, I enjoy it for what it is. It's really stylized and stuff like that, but it's fine. I don't have any problems with it, especially since some of the other comic books coming out nowadays are just really, really terrible when it comes to art. So the art's pretty good. The story, like I said, a lot better than issue one. If I was to grade this, I'd probably say maybe a B plus. I'm really interested to see how they finish this off, since it feels like they've asked some pretty big questions, like what's going on with the USP? Are they evil? Are they not? What happened to Moriboshi? Is he dead? Is he not? What happened to Ultra 7? Is he dead? Is he not? Why do we have conflicting stories? Why does Ultraman think that Earth killed Ultra 7? But meanwhile, why do some civilians on Earth, or I should say, why do the main characters of Earth think that Ultra 7 killed Moriboshi? So we have questions, and I don't know if they can answer that in the next two issues without making it seem rushed. I guess we'll find out. That's my only problem with the miniseries, is that it seems like the first issue kind of drags, second issue and third issue will be pretty good, and then the fourth issue seems really rushed. That's my thinking. Because like I said, with other miniseries, it seems like that tends to be the problem, where like the first couple issues are kind of slow, but then they start getting better, and then the last couple issues, it's just really, really rushed. Like every miniseries I've read seems to kind of have that issue. There's been like maybe a couple that aren't. So hopefully this doesn't end up feeling rushed. But we'll find out. So yeah, Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman, issue number 2, good. I wish that this issue could have been just changed a little bit and could have been issue number 1 instead, and that way the series would have had a really great start rather than a very mediocre start and then a great follow-up. But tell me what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are okay with the phone review. But like I said, my time is very, very limited, and phone review allows me to just record and then just throw it up there on the internet. While my usual way, I have to basically snippet pictures and then I have to edit them, and yeah, it's just a lot longer that I don't have. But tell me what you guys think. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell for notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you didn't like the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. But take care, everyone. Later.